Welcome to IELTS Essays, the first set of 5. All right, we're going to try to just follow these scaffolds and then try to just blast through these as quickly as possible. And quickly we are planning each, then we are just following this. And I'm not saying these are going to be band 9 essays, but we are just primarily drilling it, memorizing the structures, building the sentences and the paragraphs, and moving forward. So it's more repetition and getting familiar with these particular types of essays for paragraphs. So first we have opinion. Artificial intelligence is replacing human workers in most industries. Do you agree or disagree that this development will do more harm than good? So personally, I think it will do more harm, but I'm gonna disagree. So let's make it difficult for ourselves. Will do more harm than good. So I say more good than harm because 1, it frees up our time, and 2, it AI replacing workers, it allows for dangerous work to be done by humanoid robots. So we have our plan. We have our scaffold. My plan is not to copy paste, we need to write it. So for this set, I'm gonna try to minimize as much of the synonym language as possible and just like use this particular scaffold as best as we can. And then we know this is probably a minimum of a 6, possibly higher. So in recent years, there has been a growing debate about, and then now we have to put the primary thing about humans working in various industries being replaced by artificial intelligence. I'm gonna call it software. I strongly believe that, and make sure we have the adverb. I strongly believe that this is not as harmful as many argue, considering it. So we want to say because of the amount of time it possibly can give back to people, as well as the reduction of hazardous work needing to be done by humans. Okay. So remember, free up our time is idea 1. Dangerous work is idea 2. So those are our 2 different two different topics. So, to begin with, and time we give back to people, hazardous work. To begin with, what do I mean we get time back? This means as artificial systems continue to improve, it is likely that their efficiency will also improve, which could allow for them to it's likely that their efficiency will improve too, which allow for them to maybe optimize the work humans do and giving time back to the human workers. It's pretty complicated to begin with. So this is important because now it is my opinion, so it is an opinion essay. We could put our stance in here. This is important, and give time. Okay, here we don't have giving, like there's no gerund there, so that's right, parallelism. This is important because okay, I'm gonna simplify this first because this is the main mission of this. The as clause is complicated at the beginning. So let's first go back. I'm gonna say artificial systems no, that's too complicated. Systems operated, okay, systems run by artificial intelligence will likely become more efficient with time, which could provide humans with more free time as the A. So I'm gonna put AI like this, so we don't have to write it constantly. As AI, which could provide humans with more as AI optimizes different maybe work jobs Systems run by AI will likely become more efficient with time, which could provide humans with more free time as AI optimizes different. Let's just leave it there. Sorry, I want to simplify things to begin with. This is important because I think that humans should spend more of their lives doing things they enjoy, not things they must do because it is necessary to survive. For example, let's pick a job. What is a job? Let's just say, what is a common job? Let's just say like a cashier. Somebody that works at like the grocery store or a 7-Eleven. For example, people who work in the service industry might human workers. AI is replacing human workers in many industries. Will this do harm? Well, people who work might completely be replaced by AI cashiers and front end customer service agents, but what good can come from that? I want to say give them free time, more free time. Okay, well, I don't want, what I mean is not free time for doing things you like, doing things that I think that humans should spend more time, spend their time doing things more important things than something software could do easily and probably faster. Okay, that works. For example, people who work in the service industry might be completely replaced by AI cashiers and customer agents, right? Taking their orders, but now that someone does not need to be there to take payments, the worker still doing the job, still at the 7-Eleven, the worker can focus on cleaning the store and arranging the products to provide customers the best experience. Before, a company might have to hire multiple people to do this, but now they could reduce the workforce and right, as a result we can say as a result, I could put that at the beginning or the end, so I'm going to say that at the end. Arranging the products, or fine. Before a company might have to hire multitude to cover the cash register and cleaning, let's call it organization, but now they can reduce the workforce and save money. Let's just keep it as a result. The store owners might be able to save some cash, save some money, and let's just say best case scenario, pay their optimized workers a better salary. Wouldn't that be nice? Remember, we're talking about more good than harm. Okay, now we want to talk about hazardous things. So, furthermore, so many jobs around the world are dangerous for humans to do. And artificial intelligence might be able to reduce the hazards or be uploaded to a robot, so the robot could perform the task instead of a human. This means that workplace injuries and deaths we might say may be reduced globally and worker job satisfaction increases in many, or let's say across a variety of industries. instance, what is a dangerous job that AI could do across a variety? For instance, AI could do a dangerous job. Well, I worked construction, so let's say construction, the dangerous thing I did. We want to relate to things that we've done in our lives. So, construction workers are likely to be, are almost guaranteed to be replaced by humanoid robots in the coming years. These robots can work in deadly conditions where humans had to work for centuries and no longer will need to. Therefore, well, such as let's put a colon, such as let's just say mines and sewers. Is the sewer deadly? Could be. I don't want to be in a stinky sewer. Is a sewer deadly though? I don't know, that's pretty risky. Mines and let's say ocean fishing vessels. Right? You're in the ocean, fall off the ocean, no more fish, everybody dies. Therefore, people who needed to do these jobs could choose a different career, but the same jobs are still being completed safely without the need for humans. Great. The end. In conclusion, although there are valid arguments for both sides, I believe that more positive let's say, did we say benefits? No. I believe that there are more positive benefits to the rise of artificial intelligence in the workplace, in most industries worldwide, because feel that most, we don't want to say feel, I opine that, or no, I'm going to say it, because from my viewpoint, people spend a lot of their time doing less important things, and finally AI will allow for us to be more efficient as well as work safer. I'm just gonna end it there, sure, why not? Da-da-da. I don't have the checker. How do I check the length? Anyways. 397. I tried, Pat. I tried to make it short. I hope that helps. That took 30 minutes. We want one more. I was hoping to do that way faster. So let's do, that's still kind of problem and solution. So let's do this one. I'm going to skip to advantage, disadvantage. So let's go down to advantage, disadvantage. What advantages AI in healthcare? So advantage 1, advantage 2, disadvantage 1, disadvantage 2. Obviously, we will have all medical knowledge available. The second advantage is early detection. The disadvantage is doctors, let's just say professionals, medical professionals will rely on AI. And let's say there's still a percent errors. That's my plan. So, in recent years, in the next sets, we're gonna not say in recent years, but if you can't think of anything, you can use this. There has been a significant increase of the use of artificial intelligence, AI, in healthcare. Around the world. Due to this, the use of in the use of the use increase in, okay, due to this So there's no opinion here. It's all A and D's. So we can, due to this, how do I phrase that? Due to this, all medical knowledge could be used in healthcare facilities to improve patient care and early detection. What I mean by this is like now we can use all the knowledge, take an x-ray and detect like cancer and other sorts of anomalies or issues beforehand, long before it actually becomes a thing. So permits doctors to, let's say, specialists to detect illnesses early, but some drawbacks. What do I put here? Unfortunately, let's say unfortunately, the same doctors potentially will rely only on the AI, the artificial intelligence recommendations instead of their own know-how, which also has some errors and which also, let's just say, is not perfect yet. Okay, to begin with, all medical books that doctors, that professionals use to become nurses, doctors, can be digitized and uploaded, let's say, and given to a artist. Okay, we haven't used it yet, but I want to say something else. Let's go to power thesaurus. Artificial. Okay. Computer. Let's say machine learning systems can be given to machine learning systems to analyze results and patient what do you call that? I'm just reports. Okay, this is important because a doctor attends school for like, let's just say many years, but the human brain can only remember so much information relating to specific ailments. Is it illness? Ailments. Whereas a software system that has every single medical textbook could reference everything and provide accurate feedback to inform the doctor and prescribe treatments. In addition to that, the same system can reference potential diseases, cancers, and serious illnesses, and hopefully help to stop it from spreading early. Alright, let's just leave it there. Textbooks. Okay, because every single textbook. Gotcha. Alright. As a result, more patients survive and medical personnel might be able to do their jobs better. How do you spell personnel? Double N. Personnel. Medical personnel. Okay. However, the negative. However, oh no. There are some demerits to completely with having hospitals and clinics use AI to treat patients. Dun dun dun. If everyone, if both sick people and their what do I want to say here? We said, unfortunately, potentially will rely on only artificial recommendations instead of their own knowledge, which is also not perfect. I want to say we got doctors, nurses, medical personnel, healthcare professionals. We've already said that, right? Maybe we didn't hear. If healthcare professionals just ask questions, the patients, the questions, and enter the results into the artificial intelligence, the medically trained machine learning model. Instead of thinking for themselves and using their years of university training, perhaps if perhaps some mistakes could be made by the AI, the software, and which that could have easily been understood, not stopped by the pro. There are some demerits, there are some drawbacks. We already said drawbacks, I think, unfortunately. No, I didn't, so... okay. If healthcare professionals just ask the patients the questions and enter the results into the medically trained machine learning model. Medically trained, I think that's hyphenated. Medically trained. Instead of thinking for themselves and using their years of university training, perhaps some mistakes could be made that could have easily been stopped by the doctors. For instance, now I'm gonna make something up. For instance. What do we got? Let's think like, for instance, maybe someone were to go into the hospital for an ultrasound. And let's just say X-ray. Everybody knows X-ray. For an X-ray. And on the result, the result might show a shadow that the AI would classify as cancer, but maybe I don't know what the specialist X-ray doctor is called. The specialist, through years of training, would see it is just an abnormality, something not so common. Maybe this 3 years of training with C is just an abnormality. This could be a huge issue, catastrophic issue for the patient. If now the hospitals action the AI suggestion instead of the humans. So as a result, I didn't fix that. Let's say consequently. This is the bad part. Classify it as cancer. Would classify it as cancer. Consequently. Consequently, more people have the chance to live longer and be disease free owing to the improvements, the use of AI, but it is still a new technology that has some errors, that needs to be refined, fixed, fine-tuned. Okay, in conclusion, although there are valid benefits to training artificial intelligence systems in healthcare environments, so although there are valid benefits to training AI systems in healthcare environments to diagnose and treat patients in this should be carefully watched or observed. This should be, let's say, carefully supervised by professionals until we know 100, we completely know, we are confident that it makes absolutely no mistakes. The end. That's a bold statement. And this one here, also probably 400. I'm sorry, guys, but gotta get up to 400. Yeah, 389. All right. So 800 words in 40 minutes. Let's 45 minutes. 389. Okay, we did. Good luck.